Justin Trudeau is supreme leader. Oh, you must live in North Korea and think you mean Kim Jong-un. I think that's who you mean. If you want, you can move to North Korea. You're more than welcome to do that. I'm sure they'll be more than welcoming to you. And you can go live in those concentration camps and see what it's all about. But us here in free Canada, we'd rather not do that, okay?
Posted the link to where the Ottawa City Police stated their version of what happened. She did not throw the bike. Whenever you watch the video, because if you scroll in down their feed, there's a bunch of different videos posted. It looks like the horse swung and hit the bike and then tripped and fell. And it does look like the guy in the brown coat did curl up into almost like a fetal position after he was knocked down. So I don't know what the picture is of him laying on the snow in front of the cops. But yeah, it does look like he actually gets up, or at least attempts to get up, after the lady was run over. There's no way she actually threw the bike at him. The horse might have tripped over it or something. I don't know, but there's no way that woman would have been able to pick that mobility thing up and chuck it. There's no way.
In one of the videos I saw, there was another person there that actually had a bike, but it did not look like he threw it at the horse. And I'm trying to find it, but I'm also trying to do some side work in the moment, so I will try and find that video.
Police did report that somebody did attempt to trip a horse with the bike. The horse is okay. But I guess in the video that we're seeing of the horse going over top of that woman, it looks like the horse did trip over the scooter or something. And then the horse, it looks like he almost fell down. And then the other horse hit the other guy. But I am, like, you can see in the video, at least on that one that's in their feed, that the guy with the brown coat did actually get up, kind of. He curled up into a fetal position, which did at least show that he was still alive. So they are stating that nobody has died. There were people, yes, that were run over and probably injured, but so far I don't think anybody has died, at least according to their report. So hard now to get actual factual stories from either side, and with so many people with their emotions running high and posting videos, and it's going to be really hard. So I think we're going to have to really dig in order to get the truth from both ends. Some of the protesters really aren't very happy at all with the organizers of the convoy. One guy posted a video stating, like, where are you guys now? Wanting to know where they were hiding. Obviously they've been arrested, but I think his point was they've been down there every day during this, and where were the organizers?
I think we kind of talked about that actually the other night when I think we were actually kind of questioning where were they.
Got everybody riled up for the cause, and then any videos you saw of them normally, like sometimes, yes, they were down on the street, but normally they seem to be in hotel rooms or motel rooms with a bunch of other people around. So, like, if you're going to kind of, like, not that this is an army, but if you're going to lead your troops into battle, then you got to kind of go in there with them and not hide in a hotel room somewhere. Watched one of the videos, another person with a brown coat, kind of gets nudged by the horse as the horse is going past him, And then I think that's when that horse tripped over the lady's mobility scooter, and then that's when shit happened to her.
Any which way you look at it, it was uncalled for.
It does look like she was trying to get out of the way, or at least step back a little bit at first, because there's more video of her talking and just before it happens, and it does look like some of the crowd was obviously trying to not stand in front of the horses, but it looks like the horse's maybe side or back end kind of did something a little funky after he tripped over the scooter, and then that's kind of when shit hit the fan. Her in that moment, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you might be done there. But what I was going to say is that if leaders sometimes need to be preserved for the sake of the greater cause, right? It's a kind of a gray area for sure. I understand people's frustration with them hiding, but hiding could make them more effective long term.
Good night, everybody.
Maybe having one that stays out of the spotlight and stays behind the scenes, but all of them, come on, that's like, I believe like they just all seem to go into hiding, and especially when shit hit the fan, they all seem to go into hiding, and then of course got themselves arrested, and then I heard one of them was released not long after.
Justin Trudeau is Supreme Leader. Justin Trudeau may be your Supreme Leader. He is not my Supreme Leader. Never will be. Never has been. Never. No. I do not listen to Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau is a, how do I put this? He is a child in a man's body who should not have control of our country whatsoever. Who should, I'm just going to stop there, actually. I'm not going to say no more.
Did you see the video of the guy that was doing this, speaking for the convoy initially, the Tom something or other, and how he just vanished away from the spotlight, and then all of a sudden he put out a video last night.
See that? The only organizers I knew of was that Pat King idiot, and then Tamara, and I think her husband or whoever that other guy is, and then their lawyer, James, who claims that he had nothing to do with Pat King's side of the convoy because they didn't agree with each other or something.
Justin Trudeau is Supreme Leader. Hey, Alien Dick. Come in, Alien Dick. Alien Dickhead. You want to edit my voice and make me say shit I never said? Yeah, that's not appreciated. So, go suck on that 20-inch alien dick that you like sucking on so much, and troll away somewhere else.
I think I shared the link in here last night, but I can't be sure. It was just really weird. It was in one of the Facebook watches, I think.
On that Pat King note, I'm from Alberta, and I've been in this for a couple of years. Les, you might be able to enlighten me a little. Why is it that everybody seems to think that we're white supremacists because we were believing in We Exit and stuff? Is that what the big deal is about Pat King? Because, I may not like everything that Les says all the time. I may not like everything that Pat says all the time. But, we're human, and we put our heads together, and the things that are good are good. So I'm kind of unfamiliar with that. I don't understand why people are taking stabs at him. Is it for that reason? That they just assume that us in Alberta were white supremacists because we believe that Alberta, carries the weight for this country, and we get shafted in everything. Our CPP goes over to Quebec, and stuff like that. When we pay, 100% into it, we get 25% back. Our old age pensioners here get $666 a month, and that's BS. Do you want to kind of enlighten me on that, Les? Because I'm not getting why people keep stabbing at our Albertans over here. It's quite upsetting actually, and I'd like to get clarified on that because I don't know what's going on.
And just so you know, Justin Trudeau would like his dick sucked. You're more than welcome to join him. He is in Ottawa, so you have to join him in Ottawa, and he would love to have you suck his dick. Alien Dick, do you copy?
He asked for alien dick specifically.
Alien Dick, Justin Trudeau is asking for you. He is requesting you specifically. Your supreme leader has asked for his dick to be sucked by you. You better go do it. CBDC Alien Dick, come in. CBDC Alien Dick, come in. Okay, he's gone, guys. Let's talk about our next move. So, I'm thinking that we shut down I-75 along with I-94 and I-96. Maybe do the 409, maybe the 499, along with Highway 1. And what else could we do? Highway 2, Highway 10. Let's shut those all down, okay, guys?
Oh, and Alien Dick Central Road.
20-inch alien dick in your mouth. Is that why you're not talking? You got too big of a dick in your mouth? Makes sense. On that note, good night, bot. Good night, alien dick. Good night, everybody else on Windsor Convoy, too. Hope you guys all enjoy your night and have a great night.
Good night there, kind sir.
He is a child in a man's body. I'm sorry, I had Windsor Convoy 2 shut off. Did someone say something with my voice or something? Did I miss something? I think you should re-put it in here since you want to keep making shit up. I'm sorry, Alien Dick. I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, I'm just going to stop there, actually.
Well, that's like I was having a conversation with a coworker and friend of mine one day, a couple of years ago, and we were discussing the N word and other words. And he goes, "Well, what if I was to call you a cracker?" And I was like, "Okay, and what? What about it?"
Right, TK? What if I was to call you a cracker? It's like, ooh, is it soda? Or is it Ritz? What kind of cracker is it anyways? And on that matter, can I share a little something with you? So you all know that I'm Indigenous, right? And I've touched a little bit on, being scooped and raised colonial by racist people. And when I grew up, I always felt good about who I was because I always tanned real nice and everything. And, I had nice skin and stuff like that. And really dark, beautiful, long hair, nice eyes, high cheekbones. And people used to say to me, oh, you're just a squaw and everything. And, as sad as this is, I enjoyed being called that because it made me feel like I belonged somewhere finally. Even though it was negative, it still made me feel like I had somewhere I belonged because that's where I belonged was with my Indigenous side. So just keep that in mind, sometimes even negativity, as long as it makes you feel like you belonged, as sad as that is, that's how it works sometimes. And for the people out there that don't know, squaw is not a nice name to be called. Its meaning is quite derogatory and gross, to be honest.
I never realized it was a derogatory term.
I've been listening to all of you guys, and I'm just gonna be like the advocate of the devil there. Like, where is the organizer? Where's the organizer? We don't know what is it to been doing such a big movement and have to deal with like legal stuff with lawyers, and then talking with people, doing press conference, try to like keep the movement on, try to feed everybody, try to find gas every time the police shut down something, try to find more helper and stuff like that, and then plus the GoFundMe being closed, try to find an alternative. We have to know that all this in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So saying like, where are they? Where are they? I think it's easy when we're like sitting back home and say, where are they? But I've been in Ottawa 4 times now, and it's really big. It's crazy. Plus, you have the back side of it. So we all have opinion about the organizer, but it's all for all of us. And I think they've been dealing and not sleeping and get arrested. So it's easy to throw a rock, like when you're not there.
Justin Trudeau is supreme leader. And you can go live in those concentration camps.
When I saw the video earlier, I never even thought of that, her holding the white flag next to her. Never even crossed my mind, but yeah, they had said to do that earlier today.
Kim Jong-un, supreme leader. Good night, everybody.
I'm watching the live feed right now, and I can see that there's still some big rigs down there. People are now towing out their trailers, and there's still some truck and camper and regular cars out there. I'm just wondering if they're holding those people in jail until they can tow their car and then make them bail them out.
Are you guys watching the stunt dummy video? Live feed. They're hauling a whole bunch of like vehicles out of there.
No, I was watching the clumsy chef.
Anyone downtown Ottawa right now? Is anybody downtown Ottawa right now?
Geez, when you have to wear masks to do your job, you know there's something wrong.
Well, like I posted, they were strongly compelled to do it. Remember, those were they're doing flashbangs on the crowd.
Huh? Right now?
Yeah, actually, it looks like it's fireworks.
Oh, I gotta go and see this. I'll be back in a bit.
What company is it? Does anybody know? Is there a link to that info?
What you just posted, that link of Christopher Freeland, it's very, very, very scareful. Everybody should listen very careful what she's saying. If it's time to wake up people, it's right now.
Oh, good, Wanda, you're here. Do you want to mic up so we can hear you? It's kind of the reason why you got mod status was to talk. So if you don't mind speaking up on the mic, that would be great. That's interesting because all it is pressing that button in the circle there. I'm not too sure why you can't get it to work. That's kind of a little bit odd to me, don't you think?
I mean, I sit here to listen. I don't really talk, but there's a couple times I've talked.
Wanda, the man under the horse, I think is okay. There was some false information going around about he had died and stuff, and that he was, possibly the war guy or something like that. But we haven't seen anything confirmed that I know of. Mind you, I haven't been on here all day. I've been watching what's going on, and quite frankly, I'm tired. Ugh, that drains a person, I tell you. But no, if we find anything, anybody out there, if you know what happened to that guy, and want to share factual information, we'd appreciate that.
I'll be tapping out of here as well. I gotta get up early tomorrow and work, actually. Farmer's market. So, gotta at least try to make some money.
Holy, we a house full of mods tonight. Hey guys.
Hey, Queen Bee.
How's she going there, D?
Been a whirlwind of a day, sounds like, for everybody, and I'm myself very emotional. How are you?
Trying to come back to reality, if you want to know the truth.
Yeah, you've been on my mind. I'm hoping all is well in your circles, your family circle, and your extended circles of people.
To be honest, with everything that's going on, I really don't talk to my circles. Not even the ones on here somewhat. I've been so involved in watching what was going on today. I just was in my own little world. That's why I said I'm just trying to come back to reality. I had to take myself away from it.
Yeah, I was probably just, between some Zello, but lots and lots and lots of social media today, from relatively early this morning until into the early afternoon, and then I had to step away as well. For some mental health, I just had to step away and find a peaceful place for a bit. And now I just feel kind of a little numb. I just didn't think anything like this could happen in 2022, I saw some just horrific, awful behaviors today on the part of law enforcement, and I'll never get this out of my head, never.
Yeah, I totally feel you. It's kind of like it traumatized me. Here I'm trying to get over trauma in my life just to be subjected to it more. It's like I said all day, I was like, ugh, I'm just sick to my stomach. And I truly am.
I am truly sick to my stomach, physically sick as well. I had a I had a number of meltdowns today. My heart hurts for everything that's going on there. It just hurts. And called one friend, and I had a big old meltdown and thought I was okay and gonna, do some more searching and get some more info and stay informed. And it's just kind of been a roller coaster of sadness and anger back and forth all day today. And I actually had a couple drinks tonight. I'm all by myself, and I just said, you know what? I think I'm going to have me a little something because I need to take it down a notch.
Yeah, I feel you, girl. I was hopping all over the place from Portland Andy to Mark East. And yeah, I had to walk away. Like, I was starting to get angry with people. I even felt my anger starting to come out here, like when we were in mod chat when when our girl there was unblocking someone, and I just, it's like I didn't mean to be that way, but it's like the day brings that on, and that's a real sad day in a person's life when you can sit and watch TV and it makes you act something you shouldn't do, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I was like, ooh, okay, Queenie, you gotta.
Yeah, and I know I'm a little more brave or whatever tonight. I'm taking the mic and chatting with you. I don't often. I just don't because I don't know. I don't like my voice on here, and sometimes it just feels like everyone else has plenty to say that fits the bill. But I couldn't have this afternoon even if I wanted to. And I kind of wanted to, but I was just too emotional, and that would have been a mess. So yeah, I'm just kind of settling at home here. We're getting some snow and kind of quiet and just kind of reflecting on the day and hoping, I'm really hoping that people come tomorrow to Ottawa. I'm really hoping.
Yeah, and well, on a positive note, now that we've recognized our faults, that's positive, right? I guess. I recognized my fault and I had to step back and I did the right thing. The lady that got trampled, there was talk about she died, and which I knew wasn't true. She is in the hospital with a dislocated shoulder, so she's okay. And the man, we've never got any confirmation, so I'm assuming he's okay. That would have probably been, aired by now. So those are a couple positive things that we can, reflect on, that we're recognizing our behaviors because we're trying to be peaceful. And that's what I found, and that's a bonus for me because I go off the handle. So for me to recognize my own behavior and change it, woo, win for me. And I believe that has to do with all of you, our mod team, how great they are, and so forth. So that's positive. And then the lady being okay, that was terrible.
Maybe you can help me. I've seen Miller's Zoo come on here a lot, and she always has good things to say. I enjoy hearing her opinions, and I never know how to address her, and I've often wanted to jump in, but does she go by Miller? Does she go, I don't know how to address her by name.
Oh, she's cool. She's totally legit. No, I call her Miller just because I see that in her name. But like there's TK something, I can't remember the rest, but I call him TK. It's the first two letters, or her, or him. Sorry, I'm tired, you guys. Today was so stressful, and I'm just learning to relax now, watching some hockey, staying off social media besides this. So yeah, it's however you address them. They know. Like people call me Q and people call me B. So I answer them all right.
Hey, I see Miller just jumped in here. Thank you for all your words. I've actually been listening to you speak on this channel on and off since you lost one of your livestock, and that was a number of days ago, and at that time I didn't have mic access, and I couldn't tell you how bad I felt for what you were going through that night.
How are you?
Probably like everybody else, I guess. I was just telling Queenie that kind of numb roller coaster of emotions today. I'm actually in the lower 48, but I've been on these channels since before the first truck rolled into Ottawa, and I've seen them change and evolve, and it's just I'm actually on a medical leave right now. I'm a nurse and I'm on a medical leave. Otherwise, I'm sure I would have been working and tuning in on a much different level, but I've had my eyes and ears on this movement since day one, and crazy. I mean, sleeping 3 to 6 hours a night. But yeah, I found myself emotional. I don't get emotional very easily, and I felt sick, and I felt, well, I had some pretty weepy moments today.
I think things looked pretty scary downtown Ottawa, but whenever we all kind of stepped back and took a look at what really happened and realized that nobody died, there was no, yeah, I mean, there's obviously injuries, but nobody died. The police horse is okay. Then, people started to kind of relax a little bit. And then it looks like, according to the live feed that I just finished watching, um, it looks like it's getting kind of quiet right now, so people are wondering if they're rounding up for the next round of movement or what's going on. So, and that was one live feed that kind of signed out. Um, we didn't catch his name because I don't know who most of them are. I don't normally do YouTube people. But yeah, so it looked kind of quiet there. Daniel Bulford got arrested. That's the retired RCMP officer that was fighting on the side of the truckers. He turned himself in today. Um, so I watched that one. But yeah, I think there's another live feed going now. Something Fun 69 or something like that. I don't know what his name is. But apparently there is a live feed that's going now.
I literally have been all over the live feeds today. I'm almost spent on that. It was one after another, after another, after another, and I've got, different social media things open up on the computer, and my my right arm is in a cast, and I can't use the hand, and so I'm trying to work the mouse with my left non-dominant hand, and that's awkward. But yeah, it's just been a whirlwind of a day. I cannot even tell you the awe I have in the restraint of the truckers and the protesters. The complete, I don't have the word, just the way they restrain themselves. I live in the U.S. I don't know. I don't know that can happen here. I just don't know that such a large population of people can restrain themselves when such evil doing is going on.
Well, yeah, that was my old man saying, look at Black Lives Matters. I'm just so super proud of our Canadians, you guys. You have absolutely zero clue.
Canadian, we're known for being friendly, so apparently we even protest that way. I will admit that there are some protesters down there that probably got way out of hand, but I think for the most part, the supporters and the protesters have been pretty good, and I'm just, kind of hoping it stays that way. Really known for riots here, I don't think. Like, I know there's been a couple here and there, but it's just not typically the Canadian um, way of doing things. So, and it looks like we've kind of like that this has kind of started a movement around the world where other countries are protesting the same way that they are downtown Ottawa right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in my 60s. I'm not a youngster, but I grew up in a very different world, and obviously pre-technology, and when I was growing up, but there weren't any of these shootings. There weren't like riots and BLM and Antifa and all of it, and the world has changed. The landscape has changed, and I don't think there's a week that goes by that I'm not just shaking my head at what I'm seeing and hearing. And this was the frosting on the cake today. It just kind of took me to my knees.
Advice: deactivate your Facebook account. Get rid of it, just deactivate it for a while. I think you have to reactivate it and then deactivate it again to keep it going, like to keep it deactivated but not deleted, and then just let things kind of settle down for a bit and then go back and enjoy it for what it was originally there for.
Oh my God, I'm watching an H&R Block commercial right now, and they have people with their masks off, and at the bottom in small print they put taped before protocol for COVID restrictions. Go figure.
It say?
At the bottom, while they're playing the advertisement in small print, it says taped before protocol for COVID restrictions because they're not wearing masks. Really?
Oh, everybody, it's all about liability and covering your own butt with this whole COVID nonsense. I have to renew my registered nurse license every 2 years, and it's due this month. So that was a project for me yesterday. And it's so frustrating because before you can even be taken to the screen, electronically, to do your renewal application and actually pay, you're mandated to do this online survey. And, there's some things I don't mind. I don't mind you asking me, where my degrees are from and when I've gotten those degrees and when I was first licensed and when I was last licensed and what my certifications are in and blah, blah, blah. But when they start getting into and how much do you make and do you work as a nurse outside of your full-time job and how much do you make there? And, but the kicker was when there was COVID questions, okay? So where have you gotten your COVID education from? And then choose all that apply, and there's like a laundry list. And how often do you educate your patients about, COVID prevention and so forth? And they're lucky they didn't ask me whether or not I'm vaccinated, but I'm telling you, it was, either multiple choice or, you had to select the best option from the questions, and it just kept going on and on and on. And I kept looking for a box that said, it's really none of your business, and that's not an option. But you have to finish it. You have to finish this survey or you can't renew your license and pay. And I just think that's such an overstep.
restrictions like where you are? Like, is there protests happening there? Or do you guys have a lot of restrictions going on?
Oddly enough, it's municipal. We don't have a lot of state things going on right now, but school to school are different, and communities to communities are different. And yeah, I mean, it differs from here to there. Fortunately, and I say that, I stress that, we did not have the QR codes and so forth. But you can, if you're vaccinated, you can print off through your state health department, your vaccination status. There are a lot of businesses that are still requiring that when you come in, show your ID, show your papers. So it's kind of a hard copy. Some people have it, just a hard copy downloaded on their phone. But when I heard about those QR codes in Canada, I thought, oh, hell no. Hell no. If they ever try to, oh, no. If they would ever try and do that here, boy, you're going to see some pushback.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny because when I called to, we're Jets fans here in Alberta. We're from Manitoba, me and my partner, and it was funny because I called the Saddle Dome in Calgary about NHL tickets because we're diehards, and I said, "What's the protocol there?" And they're like, "Yeah, no, you have to have your QR code and show proof of vaccination, right?" And I'm like, "Okay, wait a minute. So you're going to not allow me to come in there, but you could fill that whole place with pedophiles because it's against their rights to have that information divulged when they are a sex offender. But we can't be in there, but they could fill that up with those people." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bad analogy, but it was like, what's going on here?
Well, what was it? 70,000? I think it was 70,000 attended the Super Bowl. Nobody was masked, whatever. I suppose anybody who wanted to, but it wasn't mandated. But the school down the street, those children had to go into school the next day with their masks on in California. It's like, really? What is that?
And the thing is that they keep saying follow the science. Like, I'm sorry, but sometimes science is just plain common sense. And you can see it for your own eyes. And if you can't, then yeah, no. No, I don't buy that. Follow the science. Yeah. I don't even know what they're saying. Like, that's so dumb. Like, if you can't see the science and you're sitting there saying follow the science, trying to prove its opposite, that's literally brainwashing. Like, literally.
I don't know if most Canadians realize this, but Dr. Fauci, and this is truth, Dr. Fauci is the highest paid federal employee in the United States of America. He makes more money than the president or the vice president or any other cabinet member. He is the highest paid federal employee. I'm not promoting or otherwise when it comes to Donald Trump because I don't want to have that conversation today. But there is one thing I will say about him. He never took a paycheck. He was in office for 4 years and he never took a paycheck. Every paycheck he donated to a worthy cause.
No, they keep saying follow the science. Whose science are we supposed to follow? Because there's all kinds of top-notch scientists around the world that all have different opinions on this. So who are we supposed to follow?
What bothers me as a healthcare professional is the lack of direction for treatments. right out of the gate, it threw everybody on their head. And now we are into our third year, almost. And that's all they're talking about is the vaccination and the same preventive measures. It's like treatment, people, early intervention, early treatment. And that's what makes me crazy.
Sure that I had it before it was given a name. My husband's cousin was diagnosed with an unknown upper respiratory issue, and then of course we got it, or I got it, I should say, and I treated it with cinnamon tea and pot.
I'm pretty sure I had it too, although I've never been tested for antibodies or anything. October of 2019, I went to Las Vegas for almost a week with a friend of mine. And when I came home, I felt like garbage. I thought it was just jet lag. I worked 2 12-hour days, Thursday and Friday. And by Saturday, I was so sick and had my neighbor kind of on call in case I needed to go to the emergency room, and then finally saw my doctor early Monday morning and was diagnosed with double pneumonia. Really? Double pneumonia? I don't think so. So I think I had it back then. And again, they didn't give it a name. It was just too soon.
In Alberta, before COVID became a thing, we were all sick in like November, December, and January. We all got it here because I remember everybody on Facebook. Oh, I'm sick for 6 weeks. You know, I'm just coughing. They're telling me it's bronchitis and this and that. What? No, but like for a 6-week span, some of them were sick. And yeah, and so we believe we had it before. And then all of a sudden in March, it was like, oh, we got COVID. And I remember seeing pictures of them in China. They were showing on TV to start scaring us, them spitting on like elevator buttons and stuff, trying to pass it around, and also making us think that people, when they're standing on the street corner waiting to cross, they were falling on their faces from it. What? That was so BS. I was like, okay, that was the weirdest thing ever when that was going down, man, I swear.
Believed it.
Yeah, I guess we all just really need to know how to do our research because, as I said earlier, I can remember the first cell phone, that I had, and you would laugh at it. I can remember when we first started having personal computers, and so I'm of a generation that grew up without any of that. We went to the library and did our research and typed our papers and so forth. And so it's just a very different time. But now all of this technology and electronics, it's kind of a blessing and a curse because there's just so much out there that, and there's also ways to alter what you're viewing. And, mainstream media is really good at that. So it's difficult. It's time consuming. It's laborious in a way because you have to sort out and find the truth.
Get tested for the antibodies.
Sorry, are you suggesting I get tested for the antibodies?
I was asking, how do you get tested for the antibodies? Like, how does that work? Or can you get tested for COVID antibodies?
Well, you can. Again, it's different state to state and community to community. It's not across the board here in the States. Like, for example, My cousin was supposed to have a cardiac procedure, and his wife was supposed to have a spine procedure all within a month. And they both went to test prior to their elective procedures, and they both tested positive. Now, she's high risk, he's not. And, you know, he calls me and he's like, where do we go to get, you know, the treatment? And I said, we don't have that here. They have it like in Florida. They've got clinics and you can go and get treated. I said, we don't have that here. And I said, the best thing is to reach out to your primary care, which they did. And so they were able to get the infusion. But I think a lot depends on the physician and your relationship with the physician and your medical history. And I'm sure your insurance. I mean, there's a lot of factors, so it's variable.
Just be curious to get a test to see if I even had it before.
I mean, you can approach your family doctor and ask if you can have antibody testing. I thought about it a number of times, and again, if I wasn't home on leave, I would be busy in my workday, and I have a 90-year-old father who needs my attention, and you know, there's just, I'm not complaining. We all have our routines and we all have stuff, right? But yeah, I'm now at the point where I'm just like, I don't want any more. I don't want to wear a mask anymore. I don't want to be tested. I'm done. I'm done. Thank you for letting me vent. Guys, I think I'm going to sign off. It was nice to jump in and talk with you, Miller and Queen. Hello, is it Tam Bam? Yeah, it's just nice to have a little back and forth here. And I hope wherever you are in the world that you are finding your peaceful place. And if you're getting ready to go to bed like I am, that you have a good sleep.